Miss Winship, how y'all doing tonight? Sorry it took a little bit longer to get this video on, but my website went down, so this one's going to look a little bit different, but just remember I'm doing the very best I can. All right, let's start off with number 1. This example right here, just ignore the number and just look at my purple numbers here. For example 1, I notice there's a 3 in the front. So what I need to do is divide everybody by 3. So I'm going to do that first. You can do that first or second, whichever one you would like to do. That gives me, oops, I'm going to divide by -3. Sorry, guys. That gives me x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals 0. My next thing to do is to move the c to the other side, so I need to subtract 5. That gives me x squared. Why does that keep disappearing? Minus 4x x plus blank equals -5 plus blank. When you complete the square, you have a blank. That's going to be x minus half of 4 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. So I need to add 4 to each side. On the right-hand side, -5 plus 1 is -1. Then when you take the square root of each side, we have a problem here because we have x minus 2 is equal to the square root of -1. Whenever your problem ends up taking the square root of a negative, the answer is no solution. What this means is this parabola is way up high, pointing up, or way down low and pointing down. Since this is a negative, this particular one is down and pointing down. Now we're going to look at number 2. This one is a much more difficult problem. Looking at the problem, the first thing I'm going to have to do is divide everybody by 5. That gives me x squared plus 19 fifths x plus blank is equal to 4 fifths plus blank. Now I need to square, so that's going to be x plus something squared equals. I need to take half of 19 fifths. Over here, I'm going to do that. 1/2 of 19 over 5. That's going to be 19 tenths. So right in here is 19 over 10. Now, I need to square that. When I square that, I get the square of 19 is 361. Oops. The square of 5 is 25. I'm sorry, the square of 100 is 1. My goodness, Winship, come on. The square of 10 is 100. So that's 361 over 100. Let me say that again. 19 squared is 361, and 10 squared is 100. So I have to add 361 over 100 to the other side. Now I need to add these together, so I'm going to get a common denominator of 100. I need to multiply the top and the bottom by 200. That gives me a 200, just 20 please. That gives me 80 over 100 plus 361 over 100. Add those together, that gives me 441 over 100. Now I'm ready to take the square root of each side. That gives me x plus 19 over 10 is equal to the square root of 441 is 21, and the square root of 100 is 10. I've got to put a plus and a minus in front of that. Now I need to subtract 19 over 10 from each side. So here's what I have over here. I have 21 over 10 minus 19 over 10, which is 2 over 10 or 1/5. I also have -21 over 10 minus 19 over 10. That gives me -40 over 10, which is -4. Now I've written all this out. I don't know if it was easier for you to see it that way, but those are the two solutions. Now that problem was a pretty hard problem, so Thanks for hanging in there with me. All right, next problem is a word problem, and this is going to be very similar to one that was on the test, except for we are going to do this by completing the square. Okay, so I have a rectangular, oh my goodness, what was that? We have a rectangular room. The area is 195. The width is 2 feet shorter than the length. The width is 2 feet shorter than the length. That makes this L. So now what I'm going to do is distribute L times L minus 2 is equal to 195. Then I need to distribute L squared minus 2L equals 195. Now I'm going to add my blanks. L squared minus 2L plus blank equals 195 plus blank. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1 to each side. That makes 196. Okay, then I need to take the square root of each side, and the square root of 196 is 14, so I'm going to have to use my plus or minus 14 and my x minus 1. At this point, I need to add 1 to each side. So I have positive 14 plus 1, which is 15, and I have negative 14 plus 1, which is negative 13. Now, negative number for length is unreasonable, so I am going to trash this negative 13. Then I take my length, plug it in for length, and 15 minus 2 is positive 13. Moving on to our last problem, I want you to try really hard on this problem, all right? Write down the 4x squared minus 8x plus 32. I need to find all of these pieces of information, and then I'm going to graph it. So let's start. Axis of symmetry is negative b over 2a. 8 is b, negative 8, so negative b is going to be positive 8 divided by 2 times 4. 8 divided by 8 is 1. So my axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Now I need to find the vertex. I know the x value is 1. I need to plug it in to find the y value. 4 times 1 squared minus 8 times 1 plus 32. That's 4 minus 8 plus 32. Negative 4 plus 32 is 28. My y-intercept is this 32 on the end, so that's just a 32. Now to find the roots, I want you to do this by completing the square. I'm going to pause a minute and clean up my screen. You go ahead and try to find the roots by completing the square. Okay, I'm back. To find my roots by completing the square, the first thing I need to do is divide everything up here by 4 and make it equal to 0. So I have 4x squared minus 8x plus 32 equals 0. Yes, that's a 32. This program's pretty difficult to work with. And I divide everything by 4. So that gives me x squared minus 2x plus 8 equal 0. I need to move the 8 to the other side. X squared minus 2x plus blank equals negative 8 plus blank. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I need to add a 1 to both sides. And that gives me negative 7. All right, guys, I just realized that I copied this problem wrong, and I'm having a problem because of it. So I'm going to erase this 32 because I'm playing teacher. I can change it. That was supposed to be a minus 32. So let's re-look at this and see what's supposed to happen, okay? I'm really sorry. I'm going to take this 1. Now, that's going to be the same, x equals 1. Now, I've got 4 times 1 squared minus 8 times 1 minus 32. So that's 4 minus 8 minus 32. which is negative 4 minus 32, which is negative 36. That's what the answer was supposed to be. So let me erase this little friend here and turn it back to negative 36. My y-intercept is still 32. I'm going to change this to a minus. That makes this 8 a minus. Then when I move the minus 8 to the other side, it becomes positive 8. And positive 8 plus 1 is the number positive 9. That's my dog barking. Now we're going to take the square root of each side. That gives me x minus 1 equals plus or minus 3, and then add 2 to both sides. X equals positive 3 plus 2 is 5, and negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So my roots are 5 and negative 1. Now let's look at the graph. Now this is not going to be a perfect graph, but it's going to be a pretty good sketch, okay? I have x equals 1, so at 1 I need to make a dotted line going straight down. Whoa. Okay, I need to go all the way down to negative 36. So we are going to pretend like this is way down here at negative 36. My roots are 5 and negative 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 1. My y-intercept is 32. In fact, remember, it's negative 32. So way down here, close to the 36, is negative 32. And then I'm going to copy it across to get the corresponding number. And there is my beautiful graph. All right, that's it, Bearcats. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye.